Good evening and welcome to C&D Herbals Inc. Today we want to present you with a very simple recipe that is going to be beneficial to your immune system. We're actually going to go ahead and take the time out to make elderberry syrup. As you can see, we have all the ingredients here showing. I have my glass liquid measuring cup, stainless steel pot, strainer, plastic measuring spoons. Also have the ingredients, which is the elderberries, organic dried elderberries, organic cinnamon, organic clove, organic ginger, organic honey. Now, to prolong this recipe, what can be added to it is actually vodka or brandy. We do have vodka on hand. We may go ahead and use it or we may not. But essentially, just the other ingredients will work just fine. So if you can bear with me, let me get started and we'll show you exactly what needs to be done to make elderberry syrup. Alright y'all, so we're back at it. So first thing first, we're going to go ahead and pour out a cup of distilled water. And then we'll go ahead and pour that cup of distilled water into that stainless steel pot there. So measurement doesn't have to be per se accurate, but close enough to a cup of water as possible. Alright, in the meantime, I'm just going to place that on the stove top. Okay, so the next thing that we'll be doing is measuring out a half a cup of dried elderberries. Right, so we're just going to add a little bit more by hand. Alright, so we have our half a cup going. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our dry spices into the little glass unit right there. So first thing that we'll be adding is a teaspoon of organic ginger. Alright, and next we'll go ahead and be adding a half a teaspoon of the organic cinnamon. Alright, last but not least, we're going to go ahead and add a fourth of a teaspoon of the clove. Alright y'all, so that's our dry ingredients. So what we'll be doing here is actually getting ready to add them to the water that I just set on the stove top, and then that'll get us started. This is actually going to go ahead and boil for, well, not boil, it's going to come to a boil and then simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. So we'll get started on that and then we'll return. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our spices first. Alright, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and add our elderberries here. Alright, and then we're going to bring that to a boil. Once it starts boiling, then we'll go ahead and turn it down to a simmer and let that go for about 30 minutes. Alright, y'all, so stay tuned. Alright, so as you all can see, it has come to a nice boil. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn that down to simmering temp and let that go for about 30 minutes. Go ahead and place the lid on top and let it go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our spices first. Alright, y'all, so we're going to go ahead and add our elderberries here. Alright, and then we're going to bring that to a boil. Once it starts boiling, then we'll go ahead and turn it down to a simmer and let that go for about 30 minutes. Alright, y'all, so stay tuned. Alright, so as you all can see, it has come to a nice boil. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn that down to simmering temp and let that go for about 30 minutes. Go ahead and place the lid on top and let it go. Alright, y'all, so we're just about done. We're going to unlid it so you can see what it's reduced to. It smells amazing. So awesome. Great smell. So we're actually going to pour it into back into the liquid glass cup here with the strainer. Alright, so what's going to end up happening is we're going to mash it down so that we can get everything out of the berries here, and then what's left over, that's what we'll be using. The honey over there, we'll be adding that as soon as everything cools down. Yeah, so now we got it cool enough that we're going to add a few tablespoons of organic raw honey, and then once that actually melts into it, then we'll be adding it into the mason jar here. Now, if we did want to, once again, we would be able to prolong it by adding the vodka. Normally we'll just go ahead and put it in the mason jar, set it in the refrigerator, and use it in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. But this is our homemade organic elderberry syrup. Once again, it is for the immune system, so you can use that on a daily basis. You can take yourself up to a half a tablespoon. For children, you would do about a half a teaspoon. Alright, thank you for tuning in to Sandy Herbal Inc. I will see you on the next video.